Previously we have a reference for the introduction of the project time management. A little bit brief about the introduction, that how time management is essentials for a project. So today we will start off with the detailed part of the software project scheduling. So there are 8 reasons for the late delivery, and that may be a reason for we can say investigating such a curriculum like scheduling part of a project. Like an unrealistic deadline established by the someone outside of the software engineering group means the 8 to 10 members are working, but there are some outsiders, like we can say external stakeholder, estimate the time, which may be the reason for the late delivery, or changing customer requirements. If at the 5 months, at the fifth month of the project, and customer are having the requirement changement, so this may also be a reason. And technical difficulties, human difficulties, miscommunication, a lot of number of risks or causes associated with the project late delivery, or we can say these are the barriers of a project scheduling. Then we can say an honest underestimate of the amount of effort or the number of resources that will be required to do the job. Predictable or unpredictable risk that were not considered. That is why the risk assessment and analysis and estimation is one of the prominent constraint of a project management. So individually we will look after effort, time, cost and risk. So what is project scheduling? On general practices on large projects, hundred of small tasks must occur to accomplish a large goal. The large complex project must be bifurcated into the smaller chunks or break down in the smaller part to divide its complexity over the different departments or of the human resources, so that we can complete a complex project efficiently. Yeah. So this is how we define all the project tasks. Means building an activity network that depicts their interdependencies and identify the tasks that are crucial within the activity network. To do this, the schedule should allow progress to be monitored and controlled. That is why project monitoring and control is one of the essential part. After this time estimation and scheduling, I will jump to the project monitoring and control. Project monitoring and control. Yeah. Then software project scheduling distributes estimated effort across the planned project duration by allocating the effort to the specific tasks. In the first view, and the end date of the release of a computer-based system has already been established and fixed. The software organization is constructed to distribute the effort. This is the very basics about the general practices about the project scheduling. Then we comes to the basic principles which is adhered, or which is we can say responsible for the project scheduling. Sorry. The first one is compartmentalization. It means that the project must be compartmentalized, means project must be subdivided into the number of manageable activities, or different bifurcated into the different activities which should be doable or easily maintainable by the project team members. Actions or tasks, both the product and the process are decomposed. Then interdependencies means the module you are bifurcating or compartmentalizing from a complex project, it should be interdependent to each other. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि कोई आप एक प्रोजेक्ट को 4 मॉड्यूल में आप डिवाइड किए हो तो देयर इज डिपेंडेंसी बिटवीन दोज मॉड्यूल्स. वो अलग अलग एक्टिविटी है और वो अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट्स के थ्रू टैकल होना चाहिए. अगर डिपेंडेंसीज होगा देन इट इज ऑल्सो द वन ऑफ द मेजर बैरियर फॉर द प्रोजेक्ट शेड्यूलिंग एंड प्रोजेक्ट मैनिपुलेशन. Then we can come to the time allocation. Each task should be scheduled or allocated some number of work units. In addition, each task must be assigned to a start date and a completion date that are function of the independencies. Then effort validation. Each project has a defined number of people On the team, as a team allocation occurs, the project manager must ensure no more than the allocated number of people have been scheduled at a given time. Then the defined responsibility, that what people or what group is going to implement what task, it should be already documented and defined. Huh. Every task that is scheduled should be assigned to a specific team member. Then defined outcome should be there. Each task is scheduled should have a defined outcome. For software projects such as work product or a part of the work product. Work product are often combined into deliverables. Then we submerge, or aggregate all the different activities outcome into one to get the final deliverable of that particular project. Then we come to the defined milestones. A milestone is accomplished when one or more work product have been reviewed or the quality has been approved. Then there is approach of given the models or the tools and techniques we use for the project scheduling, such as the Gantt chart and PERT and the CPM, and the one main which is widely used in the organization, which is work breakdown structure. Then we are defining the task set, means a task network. There is a network which is connected by the different activities or a task. A task set is a work breakdown structure for the project. No single work set is appropriate for the work. The task set should provide enough discipline to achieve high quality software. Types of software projects we have: the concept development project, new application enhance. There are sort of different type of projects are given. Then factors that influence a project schedule. These are the some basics important factors which influence the project schedule. It often asked in the most of the examinations as well. First, the size of the project. If the size is too much complex and it is not bifurcated, then it may be the very big barrier for the project schedule. Or the number of potential users, not number of specified users are there. Application longevity, it takes too much time to provide the output for the given input. Or the stability of the requirements, mean the requirements are not properly engineered, that it may tends to change over the time. Ease of the customer developer communications, maturity of the applicable technologies, performing constraints, and re-engineering factors. Purpose of a task network is that, also called the activity network, it is a graphic representation of the task flow for a project. It depicts task length, sequence, concurrency, and dependency. The critical path, a single path leading to the start to finish at start, means a particular link or the network will be work of activity or network will be there, which has a significant start point or has a significant end point. It is not interdependent over the other modules of a project. It contains a sequence of tasks that must be completed on a schedule if project as a whole to be completed on a schedule. Is also determine the minimum duration of the project. This is an example of a task network is given over here. Task A, task B, and task C. You can see the how the task is subdivided and bifurcated into the different module. We start off with the and the numbering which is given. It is given as a week. Means task A will take 3 months. 3 weeks. Task B will take 3 weeks. So if you calculate the entire task or entire number of the duration is dividing, it come into the suppose there is given 3375. So we will take a rough example. Suppose it overall it comes 250 days, means it takes 7 to 8 months for completion of a project. So here is a task network critical path marked. Means a critical path कहने का मतलब ये है. We come to the back slide. See, it is given over here. This the critical path is a single path leading from start to finish in a task network. मीन्स वहाँ से स्टार्ट होकर उसको वहाँ पर ख़त्म हो जाना है, देन वहाँ से फिर दूसरा एक्टिविटी स्टार्ट होगा, वो लिंक्ड नहीं है दूसरे मॉड्यूल से. इट कंटेन्स द सीक्वेंस ऑफ टास्क दैट मस्ट बी कंप्लीटेड ऑन द शेड्यूल इफ द प्रोजेक्ट एज अ होल टू बी कंप्लीटेड ऑन द शेड्यूल. मीन्स ये पर्टिकुलर टास्क अगर आप ई से एफ तक जा रहे हो तो इट कंटेन्स अ सिग्निफिकेंट टास्क एज वेल. ये ई से स्टार्ट हुआ, एफ पे खत्म हो जाना है, उसका डिपेंडेंसी फिर दूसरे पे नहीं है, फिर अगले से दूसरा टास्क स्टार्ट होगा और दूसरा एक्टिविटी स्टार्ट होगा. Critical path A to B, it is given over here. You can give it as example as well in your examinations if asked. Then it is E to K. That's how it is a critical path marked over here. Then we come to the timeline chart. Mechanics of a timeline chart is called. It is also called the Gantt chart. We will see Gantt chart and what we say work breakdown structure in detail in our further slides. For instance, it is also called the Gantt chart. A project tasks are listed in the first 4 column. We define the milestone of the project in the first column. Then we prepare the proper write-up of the duration of the task. Then we write in other box the project start date and its finish date. All project tasks are listed in the first column, and the next column may list the following the each task: projected start date, project stop date, project duration, overall the project duration. Then we calculate the entire project duration, like it is started from January, February, March, April. You can see this in this given example. The length of the horizontal bar on the calendar indicates the duration of the task. When multiple bars occur at the same interval on the calendar, it implies the task concurrency. A diamond in the calendar area of a specific task indicates that the task is a milestone. A milestone has a dimension of a 0. So this is there's some rules and regulation to preparing the timeline, means Gantt chart. Here in this example you can see the established on the increments, analyzing, designing, coding, testing. Each task is divided into the task name and the duration is mentioned over here, the 3 week or 4 week jo bhi hai. Then it is a start date and finish date is given, and overall task is calculated. And according based on that Gantt chart, the task network or critical path is drawn. That established network, A to B, then B to C, C to D, then E to Z. It is a critical path of that particular project. This is a timeline for this particular project. The Gantt chart was useful mainly for triggering the process and visualizing how much time is left for each project. Excel was chosen to medium for developing the MS Excel is used, or you can also make it using the MS Project Gantt chart, because all members had access to the Excel and it was fairly easy to update. You can make a Excel sheet and distribute it to all the employees so that everyone can see their work progress. So it is very preferable to make the Gantt chart using the MS Excel, right? It was fairly easy to update or change without repairing. Suppose you create it with using very high level of complex, so the other parties of that particular organization do not what we can say knowledge to access that particular application. But the MS Excel is a kind of software which simply or usually everyone knows to operate. So usually Gantt chart or timeline chart is prepared using MS Excel sheets, and it is also the one of the अगर आता है एग्जाम में तो आपको ये लिखना पड़ेगा. And the second reason is it is very approachable and easily editable by the other employees of the organization. So methods of tracking the schedule. Qualitative approach means conduct the periodic project status meeting. सब कोई मिल के मीटिंग करेगा, कहाँ तक आपका काम पहुँचा है आप बताइए. Then the evaluation of the results. फिर determine whether the formal project milestones compare the actual start date, planned or the end date of the project. So this is how we can quantitatively measure the tracking of a particular schedule. Then the quantitative approach said that earned value analysis means to assess the progress quantitatively. फिर द क्वालिटेटिव अप्रोच में है compare actual start date to the planned start date for each project task listed in the timeline chart. Then they meet informally with the software engineering team to obtain their subjective assessment for the progress to the date of the problems on the horizon, and use earned value analysis to access the progress quantitatively. So this is the whole about our Gantt chart and what critical path, or we can say the activity network models for the project scheduling. In the next slide, we will go in deep project scheduling and we will see some more examples of Gantt chart and work breakdown structure.